Hey, what's up, guys? Oh, Rue Morgue. March, April issue. But it's February, late February. It's still bloody cold. Yeah, until dawn. When I got this, I remember I showed a photo of this to Arkham Reporter. He remembered this game. Plus, when I got this at the cafe counter, because I usually buy my stuff at the cafe counter to avoid the line at the front. Uh, the girl, the woman I mentioned, oh, this game. I was like, oh, what? I don't know what the hell this is. And we'll go to, of course, go through this. The notes from the underground. Andrea, she feels that there's something tenuous in the zeitgeist right now, and I wish I could put my finger on it. I feel like things are bad. Now, I think she's referencing the vibe shift that's going on. The fake vibe shift as the Anglosphere has decided the system that rules us. This has decided to change years, okay, and apparently it wants to probably get into a war in the future, so it needs a more functional Anglosphere, America in the lead. So say what you will, right? Donald Trump 2.0 inauguration. Oh, and she brings up also a colleague. The article, the feature, I'd always make fun of the Black Museum guy here, right? Files from the Black Museum. Well, now the guy, he actually, what I always would do with the article, it's come to feel repetitive. He bring up an old film and then bring up the cultural malaise, distrust in authority, bad faith actors, misinformation, and I always would make fun of it because these people seem to think that things are now bad when things have been bad for a long time. Okay. The system wants the more functional half of our societies to uh, fight their wars and make save their system. Okay, they don't deserve any of it, but of course these people don't realize it. So uh, the world went to shit as soon as David Bowie died, early 2016. Oh, Nazi salutes! Oh, remember when Elon did? They also make a Limp Biscuit reference. Right? Sean Plummer made me laugh pretty hard by calling Limp Biscuit Thunderheads. Right? Even those Thunderheads were indeed bang on. Everybody's fucked. Everybody sucks. Oh, you're stealing our memes again, you lefties. So it's just one of those days. Oh, I'm just having fun. So and I like the article here too, and I erased the name here, so you can. I'm not harassing anybody. You gotta stop. Notice from the other guy, you refer to the magazine as her. The more I thought about it, I totally agree. I mean, Rumor magazine is indeed the mother of dark intentions, and I love her for that. Well, she is. The feminization of horror is thoroughly encapsulated in this Canadian Trudeau government financed magazine. I keep mentioning that everything is from a film perspective in this. So yeah, now you guys are cut. Now you left this. We're discovering MK Ultra. Now you're discovering this, please. So all you except you blame these guys for what the CIA's doing. You gotta stop. You gotta stop. Of course not. Now the feature here was this. Apparently this video game. This was a PlayStation 5 game. This is 2015. It's only 10 years ago. But apparently, the thing that's interesting to me about this article is that Larry Fessenden, the filmmaker from New York, the liberal filmmaker from New York, I think he's a talented guy. Of course, I think he's actually even he's a great actor. Actually, I have mixed feelings about his films, but I think he's talented. I give him credit. Apparently, he and another guy wrote the script for this video game for Sony, and it's fascinating that he goes. Right, that's why we're in the Guinness Book of World Records for the longest script. We wrote it twice. It's the longest script ever written for a video game, 10,000 pages. Now, I thought it was interesting how he mentions that, of course, in a film, when you make a film, you write a script for a film, a certain course of action happens, the protagonists antagonist, conflict, whatever. It plays out in a certain way to its conclusion. On a video game, right? You're playing it, right? You can have countless, uh, actions taken or not taken, and countless results from it. So it would require a longer script, likening it somewhat to like a choose your own adventure story, which he mentions in the interview. I thought that was interesting, and I like how Larry is a little older than me. He's like, I never made the leap to video games, obviously, in terms of playing them. I started rather crudely with Pong and Pac-Man. Well, I'm a 2600 kid, so I'm not too far behind them. But it was an interesting article. Apparently, they're making a film version of this with a Swedish director. Of course, he looks like every guy now, the chubby bearded guy. But I look at the shirt he has. He's got the Universal Monsters, but with like a kanji. Oh man, where'd you get that shirt? Damn. So it was interesting too, right? Apparently Larry and the other writer didn't really get a lot of royalties from it. Although apparently he played, was it Flamethrower guy, his cameo, Fesseden's cameo in the game. I keep saying Fesseden's a great actor, man. He has like a Jack Nicholson vibe. So, but whatever. I'm gonna go through this. I want to do one vid and not make this super long. You got the ministry was this the squirrely years. Oh, the squirrels, the hardest working animal that you will see, whether you're in the Bronx or you're in the middle of the the Adirondacks. Apparently, Al is making the industrial metal versions of like the early wax track stuff. Like every day's Halloween. How you gonna do that, bro? How you gonna do that? Honestly, I mean, it was enough that you guys went from one thing to like the other. I remember mine is a terrible thing to taste. I couldn't believe it. But yeah, whatever, man. Oh, Peter Hook. Christian Death live and all of that. The goth days are over. Then they go over the guy who wrote the Ringu, right? And they mentioned the different versions of the adaptions, right? That there was a TV show, a TV version, the movie version, Japanese, and of course the Gore Verbinski American remake, which I thought was a really good movie. Yeah, Arkham, the reporter, don't beat me up, man. I thought it was a really good version. My fiance loved The Ring. Right? She always liked ghost stories, but she liked, of course, the Asian thing of The Ring, right? The hair. I told you the story, right? When I first was dating my fiance, my late fiance, I had long hair. Okay, I wasn't always the thuggish, ruggedly handsome guy you see now. I was sort of like a, more, I guess, I had long hair. I don't know what to tell you. I was mistaken for a woman a few times, believe it or not. But her mother, when she saw me coming down the street, she said, oh, she didn't like my long hair. She said I looked like a dead person. And I remember not understanding what that was. Now I know what she meant. I looked like a ghost with my long hair. Interesting memory. And she loved The Ring. I remember the scene in The Ring where the son, where the mother goes, don't worry, I freed her, right? The spirit, I freed her from her thing. And the son's like, what? You freed her? She's evil. She's gonna fuck us up. You freed her. What did you do, Mom? And I thought that was kind of cool that she thought that was funny. So anyway, the Singapore horror film filmed with people with I guess handicaps. It's interesting. Ableism and racism, religious beliefs. I like how they go. Social stigma has not gotten better over the years. Doesn't help that we're Asians. You damn Asians. So cultural beliefs also feel a lot of the stigma. You sound like Asians influenced by evil Westerners. If you're Buddhist or Hindu, certain religions believe in reincarnation and karma. They'd be like, oh, disabilities are karma. Or if you are Muslim or Christian, then that's God's will. It's the will of Allah. That was interesting. So, the monkey. Yo, my boy from Philly just saw this with his daughter. He said this movie's crazy. Oscar Perkins. I like to check this out. I mean, I know I rip on Stephen King's one of my punching bags, but early Stephen King is pretty good. So my friend's really looking forward to the Running Man remake from Edgar Wright. But anyway, but usually these horror films mostly are like kind of the beyond. Actually then doing another version, Beyond the Wall of Sleep. I would actually check this out for two reasons. I like that story a lot. Early Lovecraft story. I like that story a lot. Also, Bai Ling is in it. The crazy Chinese actress. She's been in a lot of interesting movies. Bai Ling is in this film. I wonder what role she's playing, but that looks interesting. And what is womb? Oh, right. Rare instances of fetal abduction. There have been 25 documented cases in the U.S. Only 25. Well, if you were one of those 25 women, that was your whole world and your whole life, wasn't it? Right? The bolster thin narrative of some alarmist oomph, except they had I like it's a man. He wants your baby. 100% of the people doing this were females. Right? But I like how they call him the womb raider. Of course, when I think of this thing, I think of that French film, right? Inside, the 2007 film. That was a crazy movie. I don't know if it was entirely good, but it was a recommended film to watch in France. It was a pretty crazy movie. The backdrop of those riots and those French riots. Oh yeah, they were French riots. The French did those riots. Remember? Oh, George Romero's Resident Evil. This is a documentary on. Of course, they originally wanted him to do the Resident Evil film, but it didn't work out. Romero, famous for his fierce independence and infamous for his antipathy towards studio executives, right? It didn't happen. Of course, this is interesting. How intriguing is this documentary? In nearly 2 hours, I guess it all comes down to your personal level of nerdidity. Oh, I have. Oh, that's a guy. All right, bro. I have a very, very high level of nerdidity. So I'm guessing I'm gonna see this. And we'll wrap it up here because I don't feel like doing. I'm doing a lot of videos. They have a collection of Lamberto Bava. Some of the horror films of his I didn't see. Graveyard Disturbance, Demon 3, The Ogre, and Dinner with a Vampire. I've always heard of those movies, but you bring up the fact that pretty much your Italian film industry, a lot of your guys died, and the guys who are left, the younger dudes, Michael Soavi, Lamberto Bava, even Argento, they went into television. So, but the level of Italian television is a lot higher. It's cinematic. All your film directors went into it. But, yeah. Of course, this guy, this is what I'm talking about. This guy was always like, oh, look, all CEOs are elevated to political power. Oh, the rich. Oh, look, plutocracy, an oligarch. Now we have oligarch for the first time in America. Auf Wiedersehen. Of course, the horrible horror comics I keep mentioning, and everything in here is feminine oriented. All of this is interesting. I think this is interesting from my own upbringing. An attempt to control the rampant population explosion. New York City has developed the Kill Train Initiative, a program that targets subway trains at random, which are then boarded by professional kill teams who slaughter all the passengers. That actually sounds awesome. But then I look at the protagonists, the most helpless, useless in a fight of or any kind of violence demographic. Yes, the women of my own race. These are the protagonists. Yes. Yeah. I think I'll pass. Rounding it out, we got the books. Right. Usually the books here. How to Be a Goth by Weinstock. I'm sure you know. Female vampire in Hispanic literature. It seems like a feminist thing, but all the stories are from the early 20th century. You get the some guys passed away. This guy, I remember this guy, Al Sorrentino. He passed away. And it happens, man. You get the Fright Gallery. I actually like this feature. There's a lot of. I like that they give it to an artist. I'm trying to make these long videos. The music, nothing really here was interesting to me, other than this was. Hailing from France is a globally celebrated visual artist, Renaissance man Maxime Vipera Tacardi. He painted the cover of this album, and it looks like a black metal album with the logo. He painted it in his own blood. Yeah, like the Kiss comic, right? Where they had the blood in the ink, remember? I want to check this out. I don't even know if this is black metal, but I'm assuming it's black metal. So I like that. I like when the visual arts meet the music. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Remember Lordy? They fucking suck, bro. I remember seeing them at Ozfest. They fucking were terrible, dude. Not even anything like fucking, Guar. Don't even try to bring it up. I like that. Highly produced commercial sounding, never packs enough of a punch or bite to back up its fearsome latex costumes. Bro, Lordy fucking sucked, bro. I'm not even saying, I can't even say anymore. I'm offended. And this is cool. Goth opera chicks doing like visual things I love. Listen, female opera vocals to me, I like them. Not the operas so as much. I wish I did, but I'm not that, I'm not that sophisticated. Thank God. But the female opera vocals mixed with like black metal vocals, there's a couple of bands that have done that, and I kind of like that mix. The feminine and the masculine in a duality. Right? All right, I've done these videos are taking too long now, but because I'm allowed to make longer vids, I take advantage. These two things, they bring up the best fictional musical act in a horror film, right? Oh, there's a resurgence of new metal going on. You're right. Bands like, I never heard of these bands, but populist 90s Dunderheads, Limp Bizkit. Oh. And now the left is not populist. Interesting. So, actually, you know what's a good new metal band is that band Tala. I like them. But they also have a metalcore edge to them. But right, much maligned Queen of the Damned film. That was actually a good movie. Stuart Townsend, I thought he did a great job. It was a great film. If it was on a film on its own, it would have been fucking one of the top films of the 2000s. But the fact that it was part of the Vampire Chronicles kind of brings it down a bit. But musically, right? Jonathan Davis, the Korn frontman, co-wrote and sang the anthemic hits performed by Lestat, right? The Leon Corps, right? Pretty Irish actor Stuart Townsend. Actually, that was a very underrated film. And I remember I had the film and the sound. I bought the soundtrack, but I got them bootlegged from Canal Street in Chinatown. So, what makes the band so awesome? Like the great look, fishnets, tattoos, late '90s heroin chic, pierced nipples, hot topic, approved stage wear. Yeah, that was the time, man. But what is this? The Death Valley concert shot in Australia in front of 3,000 local gossip. Metalhead is epic. Yeah, I gotta see this again. Of course, going against it is one of this is the rock horror glam film, Phantom of Paradise from De Palma. This is the film. The Phantom of Paradise, man, Rocky Horror ain't shit to that, man. So, and yeah, Paul Williams, very underrated. So they're right. Just I love that friggin' movie, man. Love that movie. So head to head, I mean, who can? I don't know what these things are, but apparently the last issue, Candyman beat Decker, right? So the black guy, wins. Always bet on black, but I kind of like that, and this is a fun issue, I guess I'm not insulting Rue Morgue as much, because there's always something here. So with this long ass video, but hey, I used to do 2 videos. Let's see if you can sit for this one.